let's just get right to it. We'll just get right to the talk. We don't need any fucking setup bullshit. The people want content. They don't want frills. They don't want fringe. They don't want window dressing. They want content. Can't get enough of it. Instagram, Facebook, our overlords, our bosses. Our new kings, our new gods. Zuckerberg, our new god. The most boring god. Caesar, lobotomize Caesar. Lobotomized personality Caesar. Zucky. Good old Zucky. Alright. Cool. Alright. I don't know. I'm going on too many dates, I think. We'll talk about that. We'll get to that. But we're going to start with some poetry, everybody. Snap our fingers for some poetry. We love poetry. Yeah. We should appreciate it by snapping. It's not a big deal. 426, Amish Falstaff. I'm the Amish Falstaff over here. I'm the Amish Falstaff over here. This guy. Middle-aged sex symbol. I want women to rip my clothes off as I walk down the street. 2-glass condo tower people. Your life is a crime. Your life is a crime. Operates kind of funny. The I is not necessarily me. You understand? The I in my poems. It's not necessarily I. I and I. Neither honors nor forgives. I and I. Creation, whatever the fuck he says. I don't know. Does anybody know what he's saying right now? I and I. Something creation, neither honors nor forgives. The fuck are you saying, Bob? We don't know, but it sounds great. Been so long since a strange woman slept in my bed. She has leaps, she sweets. Anyway, 427, attempted girlfriend. I'm a little concerned that I might exist. Can you sell me your light? Can you sell me your light? Can you sell me your light? Can you? 428, Project Fabulous. That's what we're working on here. This is Project Fabulous. My personality is too disgusting to get famous. I'm too unlikable. I'm too, I don't know. Too hip. My voice is too over it and too kind of snobby. Project Fabulous. Here we go. Project Fabulous. On untraveled land, trying to stab his teacher. The making of. This guy's writing sucks, so he has to fucking do all this crazy shit with his arms. Trying to stab his teacher. 430. Lost at sea. Didn't you feel lost at sea this year? Didn't you feel lost as fuck at sea? 1 year later, like a motherfucker, perusing my Hinge matches as I walk down West 12th, Worm Move Moon doses the dressing. (5-1) Urban Zen. I think there was a There's a store. There's like a tea. I don't know what the fuck they sell, but it's called Urban Zen. It's some yuppie fucking store. Spicer says Olson is the Lyndon Johnson of poetry. I thought that was kind of interesting. That's a good place to start our lecture. I was thinking about, I mean, granted, I don't know shit about Olson. I haven't read the bio yet, the Tom Clark bio. And this will probably just be an extended poetry lecture, maybe. Maybe that's what we'll do here. I think I'll just convert to all poetry lectures. Nobody's watching anyway. Might as well talk about it. Extremely niche, unpopular poetry bullshit. Over, specialization. Everybody's in their own specialized field, so this is just our specialization. But anyway, Olson, right? He was in the OSS, whatever the predecessor to the CIA was. I think I read something the other day, maybe it was in the Spicer thing, about Lyndon Johnson, how he's the Lyndon Johnson of poetry. Because I think he quit when they created the CIA, because he could see where it was going. He saw that American foreign policy was going to go to this imperialistic, no longer kind of, I don't know, isolationist, staying out of it or whatever, but like really being world police, basically, and being empire and superpower, and I don't know that much about it, but he sort of divested. He was a government employee. He was a DC, like a Harvard to fucking, he was in the intelligence, the OSS, during World War II. So he was kind of a bureaucrat. I think the Lyndon Johnson comparison is apt and on the money, because they're both kind of New Deal. They kind of like New American poetry. They were bureaucrats. They're both huge people. I mean, Olson was bigger than Lyndon Johnson, but Lyndon Johnson, supposedly, Lyndon Johnson was a big Texan. I heard that Lyndon Johnson, and maybe this is not relevant, but supposedly he had a huge phallus, and he would use it to, like, intimidate people. He'd, like, invite him over when he was in the pool or whatever. And, I mean, that's got nothing to do with Olson, I guess, but Olson's size is kind of, I think, a big part of, like, the way he was able to impress is kind of, like, part of the postmodernism thing, I think, is, like, having theories that are, like, sort of full of holes, or, like, they hang together in a way. And they're correct, like open field and projective verse. I don't know, like, not to go into some extended Olson thing, but the way that Lyndon Johnson was the giant of the Senate. I think in the Spicer, he says Olson was the president of poetry. Like, kinda, he was, he's the first guy in the New American poetry thing. And all of those, the younger people kind of deferred to him, and they kind of agree. They, as much as, I mean, I think they ultimately recognize Ezra Pound as originating a lot of those theories, but and also William Carlos Williams and blah blah blah. But specifically Ezra Pound, but Olson kind of reiterated a lot of that shit, and I don't know. He postmodernized it because, like I said, partially I think because of how threadbare it is. Like, it's stuck less in sort of Victorian verse. It is more American in a way, because it's more vernacular. And it's about the negative space, I think. As much as what you're saying, it's about what is left out too. The space. And it's typewriter, I mean, open verse, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like they had typewriters. And so they could fly all over the page. And in fact, the fucking thing does. If you only twist it and you don't push it back, it stays over. So it creates these interesting kind of like clouds of text formation. That's how I started to get into that. My ex had a typewriter, and it just kind of happens automatically. You just start to write things in those kind of forms. That's all open fucking verse is to me. The thing he says about the breath controlling the line, I don't really think that's true of what he wrote, to be honest. But all of the younger, I mean, partially I think because he's 6'8" and he just has this kind of paterfamilias kind of vibe, and he was older in Black Mountain, and you know, he is kind of this masterful. I haven't read Olson that much, so I'm not the most qualified, I guess, to speak on it. But, you know, Michael McClure or Ed Sanders or who else? I mean, Diane DePrima. I mean, Hetty Jones talks about in her book Olson coming to stay with them at fucking their place on the Cooper Square, I think. Him staying in their place for a few days when he was in New York. And he's 6'8". Like, he's fucking huge. He's as big as the judge. So it's like, he's a giant. He is like this kind of larger than life, and I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thing, the Gloucester thing. It's kind of a cool romantic story. I dig Olson. He's psychedelic, and I think he's far out, you know. And a lot of the Black Mountain, obviously, writers. The idea of Black Mountain as, like, an experimental college, Olson has this quote I really like: "I need a college to think with." You know, the freedom of that school, the happenings started there. It was interdisciplinary. They had Merce Cunningham and I think Rauschenberg, wasn't he there? Joel Oppenheimer. You know, Black Mountain is something people still fucking talk about a lot, and it worked its way into a lot of the poetry. I think New York School is inflected by Black Mountain, second generation and beyond. You know, not necessarily. Well, I mean, even Frank O'Hara and fucking John Ashbery and stuff, like, they kind of took, you know, Cage ideas or whatever. And Frank O'Hara, of course, influenced by dance and whatnot. Like, I don't necessarily know that I'd say that their writing was like, I don't know. I mean, how much does Ashbery get from Charles Olson? I don't know. Frankly, I really don't. Because to me, if I put the New American Poetry book together, I probably would put Ashbery at the beginning. To me, Ashbery is the thing that changed writing, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Knowing what I know, everybody attributes it, and I don't know, then maybe this is not interesting to anybody, but everybody attributes it to Ezra Pound and Charles Olson. They're kind of like the lineage of, like, the main, I don't even know, collage open field thing. Modernism to postmodernism. But I don't know. I think there's obviously political and sexual and here's an interesting random fact about Charles Olson. He died of, I think, liver cancer, right? And I read somewhere that he, toward the end of his life, he read something about how women could regenerate liver cells or something where men couldn't. And so he was thinking about getting gender reassignment surgery to become a woman in hopes that he'd be able to fix his liver or something. I mean, obviously that never happened, but it's kind of an interesting biographical, you know. All good. All right. God, I just have too many dates. I think I've just got to make my TV show be about my dates. I think I should put it in my dating profile. I should put it in there like I have a public access reality show that's all about my dating life, and if you agree to go on a date with me, I'm going to film it and put it on TV. I think a lot of people would be into that, frankly. I think I should just put that in the fucking profile, to be honest. It'd be something different. And I don't know, there is this sort of new potential in the air, I feel like. The pandemic has, I don't know, it's weird because things are sort of like I'm back in New York. Things are sort of resuming, picking up where they left off in a maybe not ideal way. Like, are we going to forget, is this just going to be like some weird dream that we're going to wake up and be like, did that really happen? Like, I don't know. I think there's certain things that we're going to take away from the pandemic that, like, it's going to be hard to go back, you know? I mean, people haven't worked in a year. They've been sitting at home watching Zoom, watching YouTube. Like, everybody's definitely starved to go out and stuff, but going back to the office, I mean, even going back to work at all, like, we should be post-work. The pandemic should have killed work for people. And made it, you know, they should just keep the PUA payments coming. Never end the unemployment. Expand unemployment. Extract maximum wealth from the Uber billionaire. Fuck all of them. Tax the fuck out of Uber and all of the apps. Tax the fuck out of Apple and Zuckerberg and Facebook. Break up the monopolies. Get Frankly Fabulous more YouTube clicks and views. Break up the huge monopolies of all the sociopaths. Jake Paul, David Dobrik. They're fucking sickos. They're not like... See, this is why I got no views, because I'm not sick in the fucking head. I'm not pulling pranks on my friends and shit. Hitting them with bulldozers or whatever. I mean, I think the dating show would be fun for people. It would make the dates more interesting. You know, that's the way I've been looking at it. Both dates I've been on have been pretty exotic, to be honest. I went to Randall's Island. We saw the cherry blossoms in the big FDR head. And we flew away in the tram. It was nice. And then I went to a Yankee game. So... it's been a colorful return to life, you know. I feel like we have a deeper appreciation, maybe not as much fear. I felt definitely like more warmth and interactions with people and deeper connection and real gratitude to be around people. And I think it's partially because we have time. I think the slack in our schedules is nice, you know, like now we can come to these things with gratitude and we're not just hurrying through them and trying to climb the ladder and I'm stressed and, you know, my body hurts and I'm angry and, you know, it's like now we're coming to it, we're rested, we're ready to reconvene with appreciation and with a deeper, I mean, I don't know, I can't believe all these I'm on this fucking comedy open mic group thing, and they're doing all these open mics outside. Like, every day there's a fucking different open mic. They were doing one in Cooper Square, and it's like, man, this is cool. I can't believe I missed this, to be honest. Like, this is, like, totally up my alley, and I feel like this is probably the tail end of it. I mean, I don't know if after they reopen everything, which is imminent, supposedly Cuomo said May 19th they can reopen everything. I don't know what that means. I don't know if there's going to be shows in venues and shit. You know, is Mercury Lounge going to have fucking bands? It's raining. You know, Is the Village Vanguard going to be open? Is fucking... So, is that going to kill the outdoor comedy boom? Is that going to kill the adventurous? I mean, I really want to perform outside. I would almost prefer that. If I could set up a thing where literally I could just go down and talk for an hour or two a few times a week in one of the public squares nearby, and there's a few to choose from, and make a living doing that, I would totally do that and put it on YouTube and live stream it. The live new Jesus, the new adventures of Jesus, Neo Jesus, just out there preaching modern day hippie values to the rich and famous and Eurotrash and Ameritrash, the jet set, the criminals, the Uber criminal class, business class, first class, the private jet scum fucks. I need to take my flamethrower poetry mouth and just blast them all with some truth. Blow their hair off. So I don't know. I'm sort of. Are other people booking stuff? I think they are. Do I need to contact? I don't know if I'm ready to do anything indoors. Frankly, I think the opening thing is a little premature. I'm certainly. I mean, looking back on it, I even feel a little bit like, oh my God, have I been taking a risk going to this Yankee game? And I mean, I'm vaccinated. The person who I went with was vaccinated. But vaccinated people are still getting it. And it was outdoors. See, I feel like I've got most of my bases covered. You know, like, if it was more than that, it'd been like, okay, this was kind of a risk. But, like, both dates I've been on have been outdoors. Nothing physical happened, unfortunately. Or not for, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Is this a waste of time and energy? It's a lot of effort, to be honest. Like, I've got things I gotta do. I gotta get my stuff out of storage. This is like such a pain in the ass. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, I need help. I need a fucking U-Haul. I need people to help me. I need to hire. I contacted all these moving companies today. I can't believe the amount of money they're charging for this shit. They all want at least like $500. It's like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, it's not that much stuff. So, I don't know. There's a number of like practical things I kind of have to deal with. And just like I should be working on my work, I should be shooting more professional video, probably writing scripts, editing shit. I could be working on recording stuff, reading, you know, of course, these books, I'm just piling them up. I love it. I've just been collecting so much good shit recently. It's insane. And I don't know. It's a golden age. Thank God. I love it. I'm having a great time. But the dates, it's like, okay, I gotta fucking schlep my ass to Yankee Stadium on Sunday morning. It's like, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And like, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like I meet up with this girl. I spend $30 on beer. And I will probably never see her again. And it's like, God, okay, well, there went my whole day. Like, I can't really drink that much because my body can't really handle it. I need to get this tooth pulled. You know, and the girl last week, it was the same thing. It was like I woke up early, I went to fucking Randall's Island, walked home. Like, at the end of that day, I was exhausted. It was like, I got people I gotta see, my own friends and shit. Those are the people I should be prioritizing. But I'm on a deadline because my storage unit, they charge me the 9th of every month. So I don't want to get charged again. It's May 3rd. So that means I've got 6 days to get my shit out of there, or they're going to charge me again. And they're raising it. They're raising it $10 or something. So it's $113. It's going to be $122. So it's like, I want to get it out of there before the 9th, but it's like, how am I going to, I haven't even connected with anybody I know here. How am I going to ask them, like, hey, you want to help me move, like, in 2 days? Like, I don't know. And I just like to have all my stuff. Like, I've been in here 2 months. So it's like, yeah, let's get my shit in here. Let's get rid of the storage. It's costing me money now that I can't really afford. Like, that's the other thing. If they reopen everything, what's going to happen with the unemployment? Once they reopen everything, then they're going to feel justified in getting people's asses back to work. And, like, I just don't think we're ready for that, to be honest. Like, just because people are getting vaccinated, like, it still spreads, and variants, we're not really sure about that. That's a fucking X factor. Like, I think if they do it responsibly, maybe there's certain things that can it seems like it's already happening. Like, there's already plays going on. I'm already seeing, like, lower capacity live events and shit. I'm already seeing people book tours. Like, I think just, like, we've all been through such a fucking traumatic thing. Like, having a couple months to just, like, chill and sort of ramp up into it is not a bad thing. Like, I know for me, my job resumes in the fall. It's a university. So it's like their shit is going to be canceled through the end of the year anyway. Like, I can pick up a little bit of this here and there, but, like, let's just, use this time to build. That's what I'm hoping. And so, reopening everything, this is just an excuse to be like, okay, well, we got to get all these fucking people off unemployment because everything's back to normal. People are vaccinated, but also the other thing is there's no herd. They said the New York Times article on the fucking front page today about scientists think that it will be impossible for us to achieve herd immunity in the United States because of people who won't take the vaccine. So, I don't know. It's like, this is such a roller coaster and so up and down in every fucking place in the world. So it's like, in Germany they have 0 cases, and then, in Germany it's their 4th wave. Or like California's like this, like LA in January was like the worst fucking place in the world. And now it's 0, they had 0 deaths today. Or right now it's India. India's like unfathomably bad right now, I guess. Like, it's just horrible. And, like, we should be sending them vaccines. It's insane. The fact that these businesses, like, won't give the fucking patent because of it is absolutely inhumane. It's fucking insane. It's evil. It's more pharmaceutical company bullshit. And, they have it real bad there. Like, come on. Help these people. Help them. I think Joseph Biden does kind of want to help him, and he sort of is, from what I understand. That's enough for me. Or I don't know. No, that's good. That's good. He seems like he's generally being more liberal on basically every issue that I've seen. He's being pretty socialist, to use the right-wing talking points. And I think people love it. I think they're all about it. We're ready for the New Deal. Let's just pay Frankly Fabulous shitloads of money to be a citizen journalist. What do you say, everybody? Can I get some applause? Everybody, what do you think? Shouldn't Frankly Fabulous make shitloads of good money from the government to be a citizen journo and just keep doing what he's doing. I think so. What else? Yeah, so remains to be seen how right now everybody's like in such like gung-ho, like the pandemic is over, let's all go out, let's party. I mean, I think I'm being as responsible as I can be when I'm trying to negotiate this, you know, like I think meeting people one-on-one outdoors is not, and then, you know, you spend time with, if they're vaccinated, if if and when somebody is interested in you know, pursuing a physical whatever, if they're vaccinated, I don't really feel nervous about that, you know. Just want to go on the record and let everybody know that I'm cool with that. I don't know, but it is still a risky time, and it takes a couple weeks for it to reveal itself. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I think the weather being good helps a lot. You know, I think a lot of people in New York would like to see the outdoor dining remain. It's cool. Patio life and that kind of cafe society, street life, that kind of Parisian. Like, let's keep that. You know, I don't think anybody wants to go back to normal. I think in rushing back into it, it's like, can't we use this sort of as an opportunity to, like, I mean, I guess it's not up to us. I guess the corporations will make whatever fucking choices they feel are best for them. But, you know, I don't think work would be that intolerable if it was remote, to be honest. Like, the thing that I think most people our age want to avoid is the 9-to-5 cubicle office space type existence, because it's so dehumanizing and it's so soul sucking. But, like, you know, it's not necessarily the work. I mean, the work is not great either, but, like, if you can do it from a digital nomad, you know, if I could work remotely and work from home, and, you know, only need to work as much to, like, get my work done, I would be less sort of like just opposing to it on principle. You know, like the idea that I have to go to work 9 to 5, or in New York it was more like 10 to 6 or 7. When I worked, I don't know, the guy would always tell me different times, and for seemingly no reason. But I usually went in at 10, and I usually worked till 7, I think. And I took like about a 45-minute. I took kind of a long lunch. Maybe I'll sit. Should I sit? Yeah, let's move to the sitting position. It's exciting for everybody, right? Different setups, kind of, not really. I mean, same setup. Maybe we can move this camera back a little bit. Try it. Should we ring the fucking prayer bowl or whatever it is again? Okay. So I don't know. Is this a waste of time? I mean, I'm kind of, not to be too specific about it, but like I was in a relationship for 3 fucking years before the pandemic started. So, forgive me if my priorities are just to like entertain some, you know, new friends because I've definitely spent the last year not being around anybody. So, trying to kind of just get that out of the way, you know? It's kind of just something I need to get done before anything else. I mean, I got to get my stuff in here. It's just one of those things that just like I can't really do it alone, and I haven't figured out the solution. None of these, I mean, all of the fucking quotes that I got are absurd. I mean, we had this Russian guy helped us move a couple times, and last time he helped us, I think we gave him $400, and he was like, "This is too much." And we moved. It was me and my ex's stuff. It was a lot of stuff, you know. And it was like $450 or something. It's like, I gotta believe I don't have that much stuff. I've got some shelves, a chair, an ottoman, some boxes, and just this and that. It would be not that hard to do. I can't believe I can't get a moving company to help me do this. I'll give them $250 and $50 tip. That's 20% tip, flat rate. I'll give them $300 to get it done, and I'll help them do it. You know, it's just like, if I'm going to pay to rent a truck, I might as well pay somebody else to do it, or at least, I also just, I don't know, I feel weird about asking friends to do that, because I haven't been hanging out with anybody, but they might, they're good people, they'd probably help. They might even have cars, I don't know. I'll probably put something on Instagram, maybe. Hey, anybody in New York available to help? Frankly Fabulous fucking. Let me get that shelf in there. You know, and I would make it worth their while in some way. I mean, people, what's the classic thing? People pay their friends in pizza and beer. Seems disproportionate. That doesn't seem good enough to me, actually. Like, moving sucks, man. If somebody, like, needed help moving, I probably would be the last person to fucking volunteer, to be honest. Like, moving just is not fun at all. So, pizza and beer, not really cutting it compensation-wise. I don't know. If I was going to help somebody move, they better, like, give me, like, some weed. I helped Jake move, actually. I remember he got a U-Haul. I had to drive the fucking U-Haul because I think something with his license. I had to drive the U-Haul through New York City. You know, it's not easy. And we moved his shit from Long Island City, where he lived near Troma Studios by that fucking power plant. He had a pretty cool apartment out there, actually. Me and this guy Diego, who we worked with, we moved his shit. We loaded this fucking U-Haul. I drove the goddamn thing to Harlem, and we moved it. It sucked. But I haven't helped that many people move, really. I hate moving. Like, if I had two, it would probably be good to have two other people help, at least. Because it's 4 flights of stairs. And that's what's really going to be tough about it. You know, carrying the stuff. Oh my god. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could go up those stairs that many fucking times carrying shit, to be honest. Like, is that even going to be doable in one day, or are we just going to be totally... I feel like whoever I ask to do it is going to hate me. They're just going to be like, you motherfucker. They're not going to know what they're signing up for. You know, like, it's not easy to go up and down those stairs. In fact, a lot of my life choices are influenced by, you know, whether or not I want to go up and down those stairs. Like, I don't like doing it more than once a day. I haven't been down them today. I got books and shit in the mail, and I haven't been down there yet because I'm like, you know, if I go down, I want to make sure that I, like, get as much done before I come back up. I don't want to go up and down and up and down. It's like if I go down, if I have to get food or water or whatever, I want to get it all done and then come back. Well, that's not true. I went to Trader Joe's today. But it's good. It's good. It's good because it works exercise just like right into your day. Like every time you come up those stairs, you're just like perfectly winded. And, fuck, I should probably text this girl real fast. Or I'll do it tomorrow. Oh my god. I don't know what to do. I guess I need a haircut and to shave my beard. Because, like, if these girls showed up and I was actually, like, kind of not homeless looking, they'd probably like it better, maybe. I don't know. I haven't gotten any feedback on it yet. That's what's so mysterious about these dates is, like, I just have no idea how they went. My impression is that the girls go emotionally dead after, I'd say, a third of the way in. Or 2/5 of the way in or something. They kind of, like, something inside them dies for me. And that's it. And the rest of it is kind of a formality. And they give me kind of like a systematic hug at the end. You know, like, not to generalize, but, like, a lot of women have similar stages and systems for how they deal with the stages of going out with you. How they're assessing you, how they're testing you, how they're evaluating you, and, you know, like, if they've made the decision 2/5 of the way through the date, they know I'm going to hug this guy at the end of the night, and that's going to be sort of like this dismissive, like, okay, it was nice meeting you. If you really want to see somebody again, you'll probably make plans, you know, somewhere through this course of the conversation, organically, you'll talk about something that you want to do together, and you'll make plans to do it. That hasn't really happened with either of the dates I've been on. Neither one of them has said anything about this. Like, my profile, I look completely different, but neither one of them has indicated, like, oh my god, like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe that I showed up for this date and you look like that. Like, this is what your picture looks like, and, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, they seemed like they were both, like, kind of cool to hang, and they were having a good time, even. I don't know. They may have even hung out longer. They kind of said that. I don't know. Maybe they're into the beard. I'm not convinced that they're not. That's what I'm saying. Is, like, it's just so fucking hard to tell. Like, I don't really think either one of those girls, like, liked me. But they didn't really seem like there was a definitive, like... Every time I sort of, like, reached out to them afterwards, it seemed like they were, like, welcoming it. Like, why isn't this guy texting me? Why isn't he? So it's like, I don't know. You didn't seem very enthusiastic. I mean, I'm trying to build it slow. I'm trying to do things over the course of, like, a few dates and let it happen organically. But I mean, it's hard. I gotta say, it is hard to like. You're not trying to fake a connection, but like if it's not there, these girls are fine to just like walk away. If it's not there, and like to be honest, it usually isn't. I don't know. I have a lot in common with a lot of these girls. We have nice conversations. I think they're attractive. I think they're smart. I would get to know them better. I would spend time with them, and they don't feel that way. Feeling is not mutual, so I don't know what I don't. I'm guessing that it's just like there's just nothing. There's just not like they need like a reason. They need like something that like happens where they go, oh, okay, check. This guy's cool. I like him. So if that doesn't happen, they will just forget you and they're on to the next thing. So, I don't know. I've been on 2 dates and who fucking knows? I mean, part of me is just like you just have to take it slow. Like people are busy. Maybe I'll hear from either one of those girls a couple weeks from now. They'll be wanting to hang out or something, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird to go out with somebody and like literally I couldn't. If I had to guess, I would say that neither one of those girls was like super into me or needing to even see me again. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know. They were both kind of unusual dates because like, typically you meet at a bar or whatever at 7 p.m. on a, weeknight. I just remember I miss the good old days where like you'd go on an OkCupid date and you'd hook up with the person the first night or whatever. That hasn't happened to me in like, I mean, it hasn't happened to me in 4 years, but I can't even, I mean, the last few situations I had like that were pretty, I don't know, they were pretty they were good indicators that it was time to kind of hang it up. But I mean, I gotta say, I do want to go on the record and endorse this Hinge app. It is phenomenal. It's the best dating app I've been on, definitely since OkCupid, and it's probably better than that. Because, like, honestly, I'm having really great conversations with a lot of people that I find to be pretty attractive, and we're matching, we're messaging, like it's Tinder. So anyway, Tinder is like an IV drip. They're doling it out real slow, whereas this, I don't know. It's just I think everybody's pivoted to this app, so maybe it's a little bit populated. People are. It hasn't been fucked up. I don't know what their I mean, their pitch is like they're trying to get you off the app, which I guess maybe it's the pandemic once again. People are just like kind of more open and nicer. It's been a year that women, I mean, I know that I haven't been on dating apps until a couple weeks ago. And so maybe we're all kind of like less jaded and kind of rested, and we want to engage, we want to meet up, we want to just have a good time and be nice, and maybe not be quite as on guard or whatever. What's going on here? Hold on.